that time of the year where everyone is buying new planners and swearing their lives will be different starting Monday, I wanted to talk about why we do this. Every single year, we get this massive burst of energy on January 1st, and by February, most of us are right back where we started. This year, I'll be disciplined. This year, I'll wake up early. This year, I'll finally change. And for a few days, it actually feels real. There's hope, there's motivation, there's this quiet feeling that something is about to be different. But then life happens. Energy drops, schedules break, and slowly those resolutions disappear. Most people think this happens because they are lazy or inconsistent, that they just don't want it badly enough. But psychology tells us something very different. The problem is not you, the problem is how we expect change to work. In this video, we are going to understand why the brain loves new beginnings, why we make New Year resolutions in the first place, why most of them don't stick, and how to build habits that actually last without pressure, guilt, or burnout.
Let's start with why January feels so powerful. Psychologists call this the fresh start effect. Our brain loves moments that feel like a reset. New Year's, new months, new birthdays, even a new week. These moments help us mentally separate our past self from our future self. It feels like whatever happened before doesn't define me anymore. There's also a strong dopamine effect involved. Dopamine is released when we imagine a better future, not when we actually do the work. So, planning a new routine feels exciting. Buying a new planner feels motivating. Writing goals gives us a sense of control. But this is where the gap begins. Dopamine fuels excitement, but habits need repetition. The brain enjoys starting. It struggles with continuing.
Most people don't take resolutions for shallow reasons. They come from a real place. We want to grow, we want to feel capable, we want to feel like our life is moving somewhere. New Year creates a social moment where change feels allowed. Everyone is talking about improvement, so the brain thinks now is the right time. But here's the psychological issue. Most resolutions are framed as identity goals. I want to be productive. I want to be disciplined. I want to be confident. This sounds good, but the brain cannot directly act on identities. It can only repeat behaviors. And when identity is the goal, failure feels personal.
There are a few core psychological reasons why resolutions collapse. First, we depend too much on motivation. Motivation is emotional and temporary. It drops when we're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Second, we try to change too much at once. The brain prefers stability. Big, sudden changes trigger resistance and not discipline. Third, we rely on willpower. Willpower is limited. By the end of the day, it's usually gone. And finally, we treat missing one day as failure. One skipped workout becomes I ruined everything. This creates shame, and the brain avoids habits that create shame.
Now, let's talk about what actually works. The first shift is moving from identity goals to behavior goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fit, say, I'll walk for 10 minutes after lunch. Small, specific actions are easier for the brain to repeat. Second, make habits small enough to feel almost too easy. 5 minutes of reading, one stretch, one glass of water. Consistency matters more than intensity.
If you failed at New Year resolutions before, it doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means no one taught you how change actually works. You don't need a dramatic reset. You don't need a perfect routine. And you don't need to become a completely new person. You just need small, repeated actions. So this year, don't chase an ideal version of yourself. Build a realistic one and let the change grow quietly.